Push some buttons.
Yeah, push the button.
It's funny because he had similar beginnings to TV sitcom
Yeah.
too, and I think.
Yeah.
And also some of his early roles, which is he was just.
Remember, steel's involved now, right?
사과가 저희는 내가 먹으라고 챙겨서 먹는데 내가 cái chỗ há chỗ này người ta ngồi chờ đấy à.
So funny, unscripted.
Is it
In
funny?
English, yeah.
Why is it funny?
Mean is just this.
What?
The uncle Ted. No,
Ah.
no this.
Oh, I see. Okay. Oh, too many shadows?
yeah. Oh no.
Everywhere.
나는 안 나오면 필수였는데. 그러니까 이게 너무 신기해.
아 이게 혹시 이 안에 들어있는 건가?
아 그런 건가? 와. 아, 근데 너무 맛없게 나오는데 색감이.